Hey Collective, welcome back to Copper Visions. My name's Antonio if you're new. I want to see what the cards are saying, but trust that if you found your way here, that there's a message here that will resonate with you, and you can take or leave whatever does not. So, I was getting ready to start this reading, and all I was hearing was, all you need is love. Da 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 dum. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, love is all you need. Yeah. There's been this contrast of stagnancy and also taking action, and whether you feel ready to acknowledge either one of those is okay. I mean, whether you feel ready or not to acknowledge those is okay, obviously. But the more I've tried to start this reading, the more I've realized that there are some walls, and I feel like you can actually go around these walls because I'm seeing almost like an obstacle course of brick walls that don't actually extend very far. So you can choose to just force your way through all of them and break the brick, right? And use your power, your immense strength to break these walls down. Or you can, maybe I'm hearing, work smarter, not harder, go around them because they're actually not that wide. And automatically, it's about the journey, it's about the process, not the destination, not the result, right? And so you never know what you're gonna find if you allow yourself to take the time to detour maybe a little bit, find some inspiration here, learn a thing from this unexpected source there, So I think that we're in for a bit of an interesting message. Automatically, I was doing a pre-shuffle for you so that the cards could just be shuffled and I didn't have to make it so loud of a process. But then Spirit revealed to me in the moment that there's this intuitive, mysterious energy that has information, and then there's this masculine, this logical, this very analytical, this very structured way of integrating the mystery. And so I think to understand how they're going to come together requires you to participate with me and to place the energy where you feel it belongs. And also, always, I would love to encourage you to leave comments of whatever journeys you've been on recently, whatever things you felt like you've been learning or focusing on. I'd love to know, and I'd love to know any part of your story you feel inspired to share. But if not, you engaging with the channel however you feel inspired is more than enough. But I always do appreciate a like and a subscribe, as I'd like to keep this channel growing. I'd like to keep investing my time, my presence, my energy into all things Copper Visions. And the reason why I named my channel that is because of this ability to break through the walls of my past by being the most authentic version of me that I can possibly allow into this 3D world, into the 5D. I mean, that's, before I get too woo-woo for you, I'd like to just say that for me, for us here, we are spirits having a human experience. So if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think of it in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I think if you've been watching readings for a while, you understand this information. So when we use tools, divination tools like tarot, we're only seeing through the cards what the present moment holds and a potential outcome that you can either change or keep, depending on how inspired you feel. You know what I mean? So, this deep, mysterious knowledge. There's 3 cards that flew out. I didn't see them until now. But I want to first acknowledge the one in the background, which is the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is staying up too late, overthinking, feeling a little bit lost or confused, almost having so many thoughts in your head that you're just exhausted all the time. So you might resonate with it, how this has been for you, especially if you've come up into an ending of sorts, whether that was removing yourself from a specific environment, a relationship, or from a belief system, a way of seeing something. Now there's an unblocking happening. I mean, I would normally acknowledge this by saying confirmation burp, but there's something from deeper within that's been trying to get your attention. And all I keep focusing on in the camera is this little message from Spirit with this white bird here. You see that this bird is actually cawing all of the problems away. It's actually saying, it's that aspect of you that's saying, you know what? I've had enough. We've had enough. It's time for you to go. All the worry and the anxiety and the nervousness, the doubt. And you know why? You know why it's been so loud, the anxiety, if you've been feeling this, if you've been resonating with this so far, you'll know it's for you. The reason why is because your 9 and 10 of Cups has been growing in the dark without you realizing. You have been investing, you have been dreaming, you have been, well, I'm hearing daydreaming, but also tuning into this abundance of yours that you have. This abundant knowledge, wisdom, power, love, this loving abundance that is who you actually are, is wanting to also come to the surface. So of course, this is going to get really loud before any of this can come through. And because it's all in the feminine area of movement, of flow, of mystery, almost the moon I'm seeing in my mind's eye, we wonder and we think, you know, how could I think this into form? How can I really bring this into form in a way that actually reaches the 3D, right? And so now we're going to see how we can bring the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles into form. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's emotional fulfillment, that's wealth in every single direction. She's bursting with love, and they are celebrating their achievements, standing on solid ground. And their inner children, perhaps you could say, or your actual children if you have any, are happy. And what's better than a situation where you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, but also celebrating your own existence in a way that feels almost heavenly, you know? So the first things first, 6 of Pentacles, needing to bring it all into a space of reciprocity, into a mutual give and take. And this card was actually sideways when it came out. And as you can actually see, if you look at it sideways, it makes the infinity symbol, which is also called something, but I'm trying to remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up again. But there's something about your strength that's wanting to come through, because I'm seeing card number 8 in the major arcana, which is the strength card. And it's a symbol of self-mastery. So equal give and take, right? That's how we're going to begin to perceive this structure that's going to help us bring our 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles into form. What do we have next? Taking swift action, Knight of Swords. Running towards your dreams, running towards your goals, running toward your fulfillment. Yes, okay, and now I'm seeing this as actually a clarification. The nine of Swords is being clarified by the 6 of Pentacles. See, whatever this was for you, this is not equal give and take. This is the opposite. This is giving. And Spirit came in to say, hey, no more. You do not have to do this. Also, the color red is definitely standing out to me. So you might be wearing something red, or you might be getting ready to go somewhere and you want to wear something red, go for it. Just in case you need that confirmation. But now this is the thing that's been in question, is the Six of Pentacles. So giving equally, not over giving. And you have 9, 9, 10. Okay, so I know I went backwards, but it's almost like we had to kind of pull ourselves back in order to project ourselves forward into this timeline of Nine of Cups, Knight of Swords energy. And normally I wouldn't necessarily associate Nine of Swords energy with emotional fulfillment. However, this is a bit of a messenger, a bit of a, I'm hearing a guide, a thought form, a thought stream. Maybe there's some type of information that you acquaint yourself with, like music. All you need is love. Speaking it and using it, using your voice, because really when you speak something with your voice, your body registers it in a completely different way compared to if you were only thinking it. So you're speaking this into existence also. You're able to sense, what am I overgiving to? What am I undergiving to in regard to myself? And how can I speak my boundaries so that it supports me on my path to success? And so now, and this card came out earlier, but to clarify the Ten of Pentacles, the Death card came out. Transformation. You have completely transformed. I want to understand what you have transformed, though. Well, perhaps you've been transforming all of this excessive thought into something that you can use. You see, when there's death present, transformation, it incorporates the dark and the light. And the color red again coming out. Number 13. Right. Okay. Let's see. I mean, how would we like to move forward knowing, well, you're ready. The thing is that you're ready to take the leap. You're ready to end the things that do not serve you, the patterns, the habits. You're ready to interrupt them. And I believe for the majority, you have. You already have. You've been doing this. So if this isn't an inspiration for you to continue to do that, then it's definitely a congratulations, a confirmation on the fact that you have done, I'm hearing you have done the impossible. So maybe it felt very difficult for you to cut something off or to speak a boundary. Maybe you're not going as far as cutting something off, but I do know that for a lot of you here, well, I didn't really mean to say a lot of you, but perhaps there are a lot of you that have needed to cut off things that do not serve you. And this collective, I mean, this collective is one of leaders who free themselves. Well, let me say that in a different way. Because you are choosing to free yourself and go against the grain, I would dare say, you are a leader. That makes you a leader. So you going against anything, any expectations that society or friends or family have of you, and for you to directly know that you are, in a way, disrupting the norm, the status quo. Now that's where you get into your rebel, your rebellious, your I was hearing your rebel moment, your rebellious tendencies. and now I'm having a harder time speaking because there's this itch that I'm sensing, this fire that's wanting to come up and burn away any sense of stagnancy that has held you back from living the life that you truly desire. And I don't know if I showed you this full card. I think I did. But it's almost like again and again and again, I will be here to show you that you are you are the fool But there's something celebratory about this. It's not, I'm not by any means not calling you a fool, but to be in the fool energy is to be untouchable in a way. There's this understanding that you know the value of a beginner's mindset. Whatever you begin to put your time and energy into, like a new project, for example, or a new job or a new relationship, you know the consequences of taking a leap. You just have to go with it and see how it goes. And once you experience enough of that thing, you can evaluate how it's going. You can reevaluate if you need to, and you can choose more of what you prefer. So no fear in starting this new beginning. No fear that can actually take anything away from you. Your vision is so powerful, and it feels aligned with this channel right now of Copper Visions. There's so much that has gone into why I have named this channel that, and I know I really haven't talked about it much, but it's to create a sense of preciousness that you have with your own vision. How can I say that? How can I say that in a more... It feels like sometimes I say things that seem like it wouldn't normally come out of me that way, but when I'm here, I'm sharing a vision with you. It creates even a higher likelihood that we can create a world that we prefer. And if that doesn't speak to you and your heart, I don't really know what would. But to express the importance of your vision. Your vision is so important and it matters. And part of what has brought me here with you is this idea that we can have a shared vision. And the people I choose to have a shared vision with are, in my heart, the coolest people on this planet. Ace of Wands. And we know how to use our fire for good. So, you, collective, you know how to use your fire in... and I was going to say in solace and in society. In solitude and in society, I could say. But there's something about your solace, your sweet solace. The Queen of Pentacles came up last time too. You take action, but there is no need to rush. Even if it's swift, you know that emotional fulfillment is not rushed. It's savored. Even when you feel like you don't have it, there is more of a reason to feel into the mode or the mechanism that takes you to that next stage, until you work yourself up the emotional spectrum. And even then, you know that happiness and joy and pleasure is a byproduct of the journey it took you to get there. So you don't have to wait to start enjoying your life, right? I think there's a lot of people on this planet, in this world, that have wasted a lot of time waiting for permission to live their best life, to live their lives the way they want to live them. And you, collective, are a very special few who choose to leap into an existence, into a version of yourself that has it all, that knows that you are that thing, you are that special 1 in a million chance, miracle, life, opportunity, whether it's for your own life or that's how you impact the people around you, is that you're the one that is actually secretly leading everyone without even them knowing. Without them knowing. And then I see the 7 of Swords and the King of Pentacles came out together. And this is the divine counterpart of the Queen of Pentacles. She's like, hey. Huh. Wow. Without them knowing. I want to know if... I'm actually surprised 2 came out for this, to clarify, but what you have going here, when you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be, it's going to be because you were steady in your belief, in your faith, in your favor. You are favored. You are highly favored.